Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me have the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Debbie Maranese. I'm a single mother, and I live in Vienna, Virginia, and I work for the federal government. I've been down in Vienna for over 15 years. I'd like to share with you an experience I had that I found extremely devastating and totally dumbfounding. The events on January 8th, 2015 at 9:30 in the evening were extremely devastating for me and traumatizing for my 11-year-old son. In a nutshell, it was a snow day. I left my son home with access to Wi-Fi, and as many parents know, access to Wi-Fi and kids on the computers has become a battle with parents. And that's what happened this evening. I came home that night. I was not feeling well. My son didn't want to come home down for dinner, and it was a battle with Wi-Fi. Sounds benign. I finally took the router away and went up to bed. I was feeling very ill. It got quiet. I went downstairs. He was on the phone. I yelled at him to go to bed. Who are you speaking to? He says, I'm speaking to Nana. That's my mother. I go back upstairs. 9:40, there's a banging on my door. I'm in my pajamas in bed, not feeling well. I come down and I yell at my son, don't open the door. You don't know who it is. And he says, I think it's the police. I look out. It's the police. And I open the door. I asked them. They asked me if they could come in, and I said, absolutely. Did something happen? And they said, well, we received a call. And I said, from whom? And my son said, I called them. I do not know why he called, other than the fact that he could not have access to his Wi-Fi. This escalated almost immediately. The two gentlemen at my door, the two officers, came in and began interrogating me. And I couldn't tell them anything other than my son would not go to bed. It's after 9 o'clock. He won't get Wi-Fi. He has to go to school. They wanted to know what happened. They wanted to hear my side of the story, quote. I told them I couldn't help them. Go speak to my son. I'm sick. I'm going back to bed. I have to go to work. When I turned to proceed to go up the stairs, the officer said, ma'am, don't go upstairs. I said, I didn't call. I can't help you. Go speak to my son. By the time I reached my private bedroom, I was thrown down on my bed. The officer was on my back, grabbed my hands, put me in handcuffs, physically dragged me down the stairs. The minute the handcuffs were on me, I started screaming. I was scared to death. I have a child downstairs, 11 years old. I have a dog in the house. Thank God he did not attack or try to defend me. He would have been shot. I'm dragged downstairs. He's trying to shove me into a chair, bodily shoving me into a chair, screaming at me in my face to calm down, sit down, and calm down. And I said, I can't calm down with you shoving me out like this. He's so close to my face, he's hearing the saliva spit at him, saliva going to his face. He accuses me of spitting at him. But he did not proceed to arrest me. They continued to interrogate me. And out of nowhere, 2 additional cops come into my house. So there's 4 cops in my house. It continued to escalate and to close. They then went to my son after additional escalating of interrogations and other accusations of what I'm doing. The one officer then said, if you feel uncomfortable, to my son, if you feel uncomfortable or afraid, you can feel free to call us. And I said, if you think he's not safe, take him with you. And they said, what do you want me to do with him? I said, give him his Wi-Fi. The other officer then said to my son, you really need to go to bed so you can go to school the next day. And I finally was able to get them out of my house. That whole ordeal lasted 45 minutes. As a citizen of, and a constituent in Vienna, I was just absolutely outraged that they can come into your house, you feel totally unsafe. I have no idea what they were trying to accomplish. They were total excessive force, physical and verbal. They humiliated me in front of my child, berated my parenting, did not even explain to my son the actual purpose of 911 to use for emergencies, nor did they explain their role as a police officer to help in situations which, whatever it was, nothing was resolved. It was left at 11 o'clock at night. I called my mother in Florida hysterical, and that's where it ended. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you. And I understand that you have a written statement.
I absolutely do, and I'm happy to share.
If you leave it on the table, I'd urge people to take a look at it. Oh, you've got it out there. Okay.